Hello everyone and welcome back, it's Hayward again, and today I have a very beautiful Xenesthis species Tenebris matured male, and he just made a sperm web and it's going to meet my female. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Now that the male is in the female's enclosure, we can take a better look at him. And as you can see, his abdomen is very fluffy with a lot of curly setae on it, which is very similar to the Imanis. However, unlike the regular Imanis, the Tenebris males and females before they reach maturity have a pair of pink right-angle triangles right above their eyes, with a narrow back gap in between, which is actually quite similar to the Imanis short hair, whereas the regular Imanis have a wider gap and more of an irregular or thunderbolt-like pattern. As for the matured males, the carapace and femurs on Imanis, the regular Imanis are a lot more orange, whereas the Tenebris and short hair Imanis are a lot more pink and sometimes purple. But yeah, the male was in that position for a very long time, so I have to cut that part of the video. But he's definitely making a move now, going straight, walking towards the female, and the female also sends him now. Look at him, he's super confident, going straight into the female, like it's nothing, and already reaching below her. He's trying to lock his tibial hooks on his front legs to the female's fangs so he could better control her. You can see the male backing the female to a corner, trying to lift the front half of her body up. That way it shortens the distance between him and the female's abdomen while lifting the fangs away from him. This way he could easily reach the epigastric furrow underneath her abdomen. As you can see, he's lowering himself to the ground, trying to anchor his foot to the substrate and get below the female. But the female is walking up the side of the enclosure. It's probably easier to see from this angle. Her abdomen is so much higher now. And as you can see, he's trying to reach for it but just couldn't. And he just lost control of the female and will have to lock her fangs up again, which he just did. You can see his two front legs sticking out in between the female's two chelicerae. And it's my first time noticing it, but his two front paws on the carapace are also covering the female's eyes. Not sure if it helped calm the female down, but you can sort of see his pedipalps working away underneath the female, and he's trying to reach for the abdomen, but he couldn't quite reach it yet, and he'll have to lift the female's carapace further upwards, sort of like bending it, folding it backwards to reveal the epigastric furrow. But if we take a look at the female's hind legs, in between the female's hind legs, we can see that the male's emboli is already extended from his pedipalp and all ready for an insertion. Now he just have to go in and reach for it. You can see it working away, not quite reaching it yet, but it's underneath the abdomen now. Not quite inserted yet, but probably soon. You can see her body slightly bending backwards. He's trying his best, extending his pedipalps as far as he could to reach for the epigastric furrow. And let's switch to a different angle, and there we go, that's a very good insertion. You can clearly see the male's right pedipalps emboli and the female's epigastric furrow, and he just pulled it out of the female. And you can still see the sperm residue on the tip of his emboli. But yeah, he's not done yet. He's definitely not wasting any time, going straight in again, going for a second insertion. Really confident male. He's right on top of the female, walking over her, and the female is definitely resisting a bit, but he's not backing off at all, just trying to reposition, regroup and go for a second insertion. A lot of pushing from his front legs, and let's see if he managed to latch onto the female's fangs again. He's pushing with his front legs a lot, hoping that one of the pushes will catch the female's fangs. And did he manage to do that? Not yet, but close. You can see his front legs getting in between the female's pedipalps, so right in front of her fangs, and he's going below the female. Because he needs to lift the female up, he needs to go very low. But maybe not that direction. You don't really want to push the females towards the water dish. That leaves the female with nowhere to stand, and she'll probably freak out or walk upwards again yeah, she's walking up again. But I mean, it's not really a problem for him. As we just saw, he managed to pair with the female just fine. But yeah, look at that. It's a very, very awkward angle. Not only is the female on the side of the enclosure again now with the abdomens upwards, the male is also, like, if the male have to go underneath the female, he's walking on top of that water. He couldn't get like a solid foothold for himself. It's just a very awkward position for the two of them. But I think he's very determined though. He's still going for it. So let's see. Right, he got hold of the female's fangs again, as you can see. Legs, front legs in between her chelicerae. And you can see his pedipalps working away, trying to reach for that abdomen. Just a quick swing and he will catch the female's epigastric furrow. Not quite there yet though. Right, they were in that position for a very long time and nothing happened. My camera ran out of battery. But yeah, back to the pairing. From this angle, you can see the male reaching his pedipalps as far as he could to reach the epigastric furrow, and there we go, that's a very, very good insertion. And this time with his left pedipalp. If you remember the previous insertion, the one we just saw, he was using his right pedipalp. So he managed to get an insertion from each of his pedipalps, and he literally just made a spermate before this mating. So both of his pedipalps should be loaded with fresh sperm. So the fact that he managed to get an insertion from each of them mean that he had a very good chance of depositing like fresh sperm onto the female, which is a very, very good news for us. And he's probably planning a way to escape now that he unloaded both of his pedipalps. The female is towering over the male now, trying to eat him, while the male tried to push her fangs away and back away. Oh, whoa, another insertion. I wasn't expecting that at all, and I think this time with his right pedipalps. Oh my god, I was ready to save him as well. I got my tongs and my brushes ready trying to get him away, but I guess I don't have to. He was so desperate, come on. I'm not sure if it was his left or right pedipalp just now, but he got 3 insertions in one pairing. That's really good, and honestly I don't know what he's doing now. He's not backing away at all. He might be going in for a 4th insertion, I don't know. He's a very, very big boy, very confident as well. Yeah, he's still walking the female down and still shaking as well, tapping. No idea what he's going to do next. But yeah, I don't think the female is too interested. Yeah, she's slowly turning herself away from the female now, from the male now. But the male is still shaking his pedipalps, I think. There's no way you're going in for a 4th insertion, right? Right? Nah, I think he's just planning his way to escape. But look at him. The pink coloration on him is just so cool. That paired with the pattern on the carapace. Oh my god, he's shaking his pedipalps again. Oh, and his body as well, come on. Oh no. Is he going to go in? Ah nah, thank god you're leaving. Honestly, if the female was responsive just now, I'm pretty sure he would go in again, but I guess that's it for today. But yeah, now that the male is gone, let's take a better look at the female and briefly talk about the species Tenebris. The Tenebris largely matches what Pocock described it as Xenesthis monstrosa back in 1903, and they have a deep olive black coloration and a woolly texture, with a lack of patterns on the carapace except for a pair of red patches near the eyes. So when the Tenebris first came into the hobby, a lot of people thought it might actually be the monstrosa that had been lost for like hundreds of years. However, true to its name, the monstrosa has a bulky build with legs much shorter than the manus in proportion with the carapace, which as you can see here, the Tenebris has a much more slender build. And a true relationship between the Tenebris and monstrosa might never be solved, as only 2 specimens of monstrosa have ever been recorded, and one of them has already been lost. There was also no males ever caught, so we don't know what male monstrosa looks like. And the actual region recorded by Poco was also questionable, and this lack of evidence makes it really difficult to confirm whether Tenebris we have in the hobby is a variant, a close relative, or actually the true monstrosa. And for now, all we can do is enjoy what we have in the hobby, I guess, and let the scientists figure it out. But if you do enjoy my video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next week. Bye bye.